the screen?
Yes, now I do.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're all set. All righty, my man. So let's see here. Let me pull up these questions. Okay. So in the subject of finance, what is most motivating or exciting for you in the subject of finance? Is it the creation of finance? Is it the savings, or is it the investment? Which one of those is? I'm sure all of them are interesting to you, but which one out of all three is something that just really is intriguing to you?
I love this question. Thank you, brother. So yeah. I would have to say, while all those components, play a key role in understanding finance and utilizing it to your strengths and building wealth, I think that for me, the core one of those is investing, right? Because investing is understanding that your money works for you, and that's the main mindset shift between poverty and wealth. Simple. Right? Because wealthy people oftentimes do work. They do have jobs. They do what they have to do, but they do it to a point where they're living on a certain amount of their income. They're saving a certain amount because they know eventually they're going to change. They're going to make a paradigm shift, and now their money is going to work for them. So Jim Rohn says that the rich people invest their money first and spend what's left. Poor people spend their money first and invest what's left, and what's left not very much. So I have to say, investing for me is is my fave of that squad. What would you say?
You know what? It's so interesting because when I thought about, I was like, let me guess what could be his number one. I couldn't even put a finger on it. So I said, okay, let me think about what I genuinely have a passion for. So a little bit about me is I grew up with a single mother. And so I don't know if you know anything about, the families of single mothers. Usually a single mother has so much, I don't know what it's love, but it's so much protection inside of her that she wants to give her children the best because there's no other father, to support the situation. I was very unaccountable. So in that question, whether it was creation, savings, or investment, growing up and, creating some money, saving some money, investing some money, eventually I got to the point where I was realizing the part that I was weakest in. And that was in the point of adding value, truly creating money, because I wanted to keep saving more. I wanted to invest more, but there was nothing left. All I had was my job money. All I had was that. So my whole passion, at some point, I was asking myself, I said, okay, so I got this energy in finance. It's like, but I can't go no further other than educate myself, which was truly a power to keep educating myself. But I said, I want to be involved when these opportunities are here. I want to consistently be feeling the growth of savings and investment. That's just me. I want to feel it growing all the time. Like a farmer, he wants to see his fields growing all the time and flourishing. So I guess for me, what I came to a point in my life is just, I have such a passion for male or female, just people realizing that we must add value to each other. And that's the really point of contact when it comes to creating wealth. So many people think of jobs, even entrepreneurship comes from just, let me get some money, and the deeper I went in financial creation, I went into the spiritual realm of realizing that all resource, all value comes from value. So my passion is genuinely just revealing the truth behind what brings in, I would say, good money, because you could go out and get 2 jobs. You could start another business, you could get some money, but it doesn't always feel good. And so my whole thing is fulfillment. And when it comes to fulfillment, nothing feels better than creating something that you truly would desire more of in the earth and seeing people appreciate, celebrate it, and then compensate for it. My goodness. So for me in that question, it would be absolutely creating the money.
And I got to piggyback off what you said, because I feel like, what we're both saying is like two sides of the same coin, right? Yep. Because investing is money creation, right? Mm-hmm. It's not charity, okay? Mm-hmm. It's having your money work for you, and the fine line in the sand between poverty and wealth. Yep. Both people are creating money.
Yep.
But in poverty, you're trading your time for money.
Absolute.
In wealth, Your
Absolutely.
money is working for you, so you have time freedom. You know what I mean? So powerful message there.
And you know what? Just to backtrack on that, I never realized that point of the investment side, so much until I got investing. But because a lot of people get impatient with their investments, and that's where I was. I was like, no, I needed to grow now. So it was because of my impatience that I kind of levitated towards more on the creating side. But when you think about creating money, being able to manage your money on that investment side is absolutely the other side of the coin you're talking about. It is no less important. Actually, it is so much more important once you get into what you're doing to really know how to make your money work for you, because you are a point of adding value. But once you get your money out there adding value and doing and circulating, my goodness, it is absolutely an essential part. So investments.
And let me just say to that, what you're saying, there's an underbelly there that I don't want people to miss, right? Because again, we talked about mindset, right? And the reason for that, right? The reason that when someone has a poverty mindset, that they struggle with that shift of the patience, right? It's because you go to work, right? And you get paid weekly, you get paid bi-weekly. Heavens forbid, you're in real estate and you got to wait 60 days for your money, right? There's this immediate gratification, sense of urgency. It's funny. I was talking to a business partner of mine, and he has a friend that works as a basketball referee, right? And so these people officiate games all day Saturday.
Okay.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. is open gym.
Got it.
And the referees, the guy who pays them, says to them, hey, I can pay you $200 today, Saturday. Or if you wait until Tuesday, you get 300. You know that 90% of the people take the 200 today?
I believe it. I believe it.
When you have that type of mindset, like, hey, I came in here, I put in work, I spend money on transportation, you know what I mean? I have bills to pay. I can't wait. That is the difference in the mindset between poverty and wealth. The wealthy understand.
So true.
They're playing a different game.
So true.
They're playing a different game. So it's just a lot there. I love that, man.
Thank you for clarifying that, because whoever's watching this, like whatever point in their financial education and mindset they are, to actually realize that point that, I brought up the impatience part. And that's, what drove my point of creation. But when you change your financial mindset, you absolutely got it on the head when it comes to the mindset is what truly, attracts a person to investing in the right way, and having a different way about treating their money and a relationship with their money. Investment is truly a wealthy side of money. So thank you for solidifying that point on that. No, that was so neat. So I'm gonna just jump into the second question, because I'm actually super interested in this one too. What is one of your favorite books on the subject of finance?
Oh man, I mean, like there's many ways that I can answer that question. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple.
Got it.
Now, of course, you'd be remiss not to mention Think and Grow Rich, right? Because every other book that I can mention somehow is a derivative inspired by Think and Grow Rich. Like that is the quintessential, Bible of mindset, right? And it goes to old principles, right? As a man thinketh, so a man is.
Right.
So anyone, I know there's a successful entrepreneur that he credits. He says that every year he reads Think and Grow Rich, and every time that he reads it, he makes another $1 million.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah.
But there's another book. I don't know if you're familiar with Dan Lok. He's a Chinese, big entrepreneur. So he has several books out, but one of my favorite books by him is called FU Money. Okay? And what the concept is binary. On one point, he's telling people, listen, the amount of money that you want is FU money, right?
Exactly.
It's the amount of money that at any given time, under any given circumstances, you can tell anybody.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good on you, right? That's the money that people are chasing. It's not millions. It's not billions.
It's the FU money.
The FU money. But the other part that he illustrates in the book, and that's why I think this book is so powerful, is that sometimes people don't even understand that that amount of money that they think is not even what they need.
Mm, mm,
Listen,
mm,
$400,000 a year plus is the 1%.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So people think that I need to be to be wealthy, I need to be making millions. Listen, that's a part of it, right? Because there's levels, right? Potential is what you haven't done, right? You can
Right.
never reach your potential, because once you hit something, that's just a plateau. You're meant to go beyond that. But the amounts of money, if people was to actually get a pen and pad and say, how much money do you want to spend on clothes, food, travel per month? Write it down.
Right.
No limits. If people was to do that on everything that they want on their wish list and add it up, they would be like, that's not that much money.
Right. Right.
I suspect that depending on where you live in the United States, it's probably going to be somewhere between 300,000, maybe, well, with inflation, maybe 400,000 to 600,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's the 1%.
Yeah.
And so what people have to realize is that, hey, the money that I'm out here looking for, what's the reason that I want money? What's the reason?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Money for the money alone is not a reason. It's what that money allows you to do.
Right.
The freedom. It's the contribution. It's you being able to live life on your terms, right? And we don't, we're all about positivity and Irie vibes, right?
Right.
At any point in your life, you want to make sure that no one has any jurisdiction over you.
That's so true.
That is freedom, right?
So
and people are willing to give their life, for that, right? So that to me, I would say FU Money is one of the books that probably a lot of people are not up on, but the mindset of it, of like, hey, this is a worthy goal, and then it's also attainable.
Yeah.
If you reverse engineer it and break it down into quantifiable steps, anybody can get their FU Money. So
I'm definitely gonna have, because I know of Dan, and a lot of my my knowing of him comes from YouTube. But I remember when he started advertising that book, and I was like interested in it, and I had never took no step on actually. So now I'm gonna actually, because you have mentioned that, I'm gonna actually go ahead and purchase that one, FU Money, because that sounds like quality information. Absolutely, absolutely. I guess as for me, I don't know if you're familiar with the book. You said, Think and Grow Rich, and I love Think and Grow Rich because it does have those foundational mindset values to where wealth, the mindset, comes from. And the book that came to my mind was a book called The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yep.
Goodness. The reason I put that up there on that #1 list was because, pertaining to the first question, money creation, money savings, money investing, that book is formulated in a storybook, so you're actually reading it from characters going through situations, and it draws your mind and your imagination into, like, you've been that character, you've been that character. Dang, I remember that time I got to, so, for it to take a person through the mindset of, are you sitting there or are you creating something? Is your money just coming through you and going to pay someone else and never stopping in your bank, stopping with you and growing you? And are you lending your money out to the right minds? Are you just thinking, just because this person has money, you should give it to this, or because everybody's investing in this, you should go? But you should actually know who's investing, who you're investing with and why. But The Richest Man in Babylon, just because it covers, I would say, like, creating, saving, and investing, but you could literally give it to someone who has no idea about finance and have them kind of start scratching their head at, okay, that does make sense. This does look like me. Each year I'm sitting here next to my chariot, unfinished business, and I have no money, or whether it's savings or investments. So the reason I like that is because I'm always, if I get some quality information, I love to be able to give it to someone and have them, like, understand it, not just like, oh, this is a book on finance, whereas me and you, because we're interested, we be like, dissecting and taking in the information and slowing down and saying, okay, I don't realize this point. Let me look into these things, you know. Whereas someone who has no idea about financial education or mindset could start off with literally like a storybook, like a, you know, a fairy tale in a sense, and kind of be woken up to the fact that if you don't, you know, account for your finances, it could be a pretty, you know, horrible situation in your life. So that was my book, The Rich.
That book, when you said it, I already knew. Like when you started talking, I was like, this is the only thing that he can say, because you know, it gave me chills. And what you said about how it's broken down in story form is also very powerful, because it's almost like a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, everyone identifies with a character. You know, everyone is so yeah. So that's a dope one.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Last question, my man. What would be one powerful piece of financial advice you would give to yourself at age 16?
Whew. Listen, I think everybody's asked themselves this question at one point in their life. If you know, I've learned so much obviously over the years, but if there was only one thing, right? If there was only one thing that I can, you know, that I would tell myself is like, seek out the person that you want to be. And no matter what you have to do, go close to that person. You know? Like there's so many success stories that you hear, you know, about people that identify this right here would be the perfect mentor for me, you know, and if I have to go work for them for a month for free, whatever I have to do to get near them. Because you know, that person, a lot of times people think that they look at someone who's successful and they don't realize that person that's successful, the reason that they got there is because they started probably where they are themselves. You know, and so sometimes we think like, what value would they see in me? No, success is not a paved road. Right. Anyone who has attained success has been at a steep price. And I think that successful people, for the most part, are the most open to want to mentor, you know, want to share those lessons, that roadmap, and save somebody a few headache or a few sleepless nights. Both the things that I've been to, I would love to, you know, pass that on to younger men. Like, listen, you don't have to do it this way. It be your way, and I can't choose it for you, but I'm just letting you know. I could give you a cheat code, you know? I could give you a cheat code. Now you don't have to use it. You can just master the game. Fine. So that's what I wish that I would have done at that time. Really seek out the person that at least I was thinking that I was wanting to be, and then just reach on to that energy as steadfast as I could, because the fastest way to attain any type of success, no matter what's your goal, to get wealthy, to get healthy, to learn guitar, whatever it is that you want to do, the fastest way is to connect with someone who's already done it.
100.
Done a thing, right? You can teach a thing.
100.
So and you know, so that's what I would have told. That's what I told my 16-year-old. Find who you want to be. Hang on to that person's leg.
No, you know what? You're shining so much light on the area of mindset, bro. Like each of your answers is really, for whoever's paying attention to this video, it's shining a bright light on mindset, because for you to say that it shined the light on this last question, because you said a lot of people with a broken mindset don't think that the wealthy have time for them or want to share something, because usually their mindset is, all I want from that person is money. And they don't want the true gold, the true value, which is the information. So to shine the light on that, you know, the mindset, you know, of those who don't have something, to say, I need to seek out those who have that which I desire. That's a mindset shift. And that it's simple mindset shifts that can have a person actually witnessing growth and, you know, actually enjoying their day-to-day experience, rather than feeling, you know, left behind, or that they have to, you know, put it all on the line to somehow win, you know. But that mindset, just shining the light on on mindset has been, I'm noticing it in each question, and it's helped. Like, I guess through my experience, I realized that, but like everything we do here is for more than, for us of 5 years ago, for us of 10 years ago. So I'm just thankful for every young brother or sister who views this video. They kind of get to see, you're right. I do think these ways, I do think about hustling and getting the money rather than how to invest the pennies that I get, or the dollars that I get, that, man, just shining the light on mindset is 100% solid. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm gonna answer that last question as well. And it's funny because when I wrote the question, I was actually basically saying, in a financial way, what advice would you give to yourself? But for you to say that, it sums it up. It sums it up. Financially, get closer to those who are doing and having what you want financially. So 100. For me, it was interesting because when you started answering that, I was like, oh snap, it's not related to finance. He's answering it from the mindset of, if I could give any piece of advice to my 16-year-old self, this would be the advice. So immediately in that moment, the advice that I thought of that I would give to my 16-year-old self, which I've thought of many, many times, is accountability. You are the reason for where you're at. You're the reason for why you feel the way you feel. You're accountable. You're the reason. I would stress on myself at 16 that you cannot blame nobody, that there is no such thing as excuses. And I would look myself deep in the eyes and say, bruh, anytime, I don't care what it is, you start to get that itch of this ain't right, or that ain't fair, or what's going on, stop right there and catch yourself. Because I believe at 16, if I had truly had a mindset of accountability, life would be totally different from that point on. I don't care how much I would have had to go through. I believe life would have been so much more adventurous, overcoming. You would have won so many more trials in your life, things that came towards you. But I just, like I said, growing up, not really accountable for my choices, for my thinking, I didn't realize how in a ditch it was going to leave me, how against the direction I wanted to go. I was going backwards with that kind of mentality. And I was the type of young man that was very honest, and I would really want to see the biggest picture. So I wasn't like flat out, it's his fault or her fault. I wasn't even flat out like blaming people, but inside, and who cares if you're saying, oh, it's my fault. Yeah, it's because of this. If inside your voice can still say, this ain't right because I ain't been taught this, or that ain't right because of this, or excuses, it takes up so much time and puts you in such the wrong mindset that you is just, you damning yourself each time you go there in your mind. And I love boxing. So if you thought about guarding yourself in boxing, basically not being accountable is basically you having your arms tied to your side. You getting whooped. You get every day in every way. Wake up, you getting whooped. Go to sleep, you getting whooped. So when I realized that, I guess for myself, it would be sheerly, accountability, when you see something not right, question where you went wrong. Did you accept that offer? Did you accept that help? Did you agree with that lie? Where were you in this? I would talk to myself and just really stress the importance of owning up to everything. Like, go crazy, own up to everything, get ridiculous with it, make accountability your best friend. It might feel horrible in the beginning, but trust, that's your best friend, is accountability. That's where you're going to see miraculous assistance from all heavens. You're going to see favor. You're going to see what you call luck. This is when that type of stuff hops in, is when you're accountable. So when you said that, I'm glad, because my original answer was going to be in the financial realm. Make sure that 10% plus that you keep to yourself, no matter what, because this is a gauge of your success, your financial future. If you can hold on to that at least 10% and hold on to it, not just hold it for a month or a year, but hold on to it forever, this is going to show you proof that you are meant to be successful. Just do the 10% and you're going to be out. You're going to feel the right feelings. You're going to get the right education. serendipity, everything's going to start coming to you when you're just doing this diligent work. But for you to break out and say, you know what you would give to yourself, the main information, accountability, hands down, is what I would give advice to myself at 16.
No, listen, I definitely commend you for that, because the way that you're describing it, especially, it's very tied to integrity, right?
Yes.
And the thing about it is, like, people don't realize the power in accountability, right? Because like you said, you weren't diffusing blame, right? You weren't just trying to put it off on somebody else, take the attention off of you. You were genuinely trying to see where the breakdown was. But if you just say, you know what, give me the ball with the game on the line, give me the last shot, I'm gonna win the game. Okay, put me on the foul line. All right, let me guard him.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What you're saying is that we're gonna live and die on my sword.
Yeah.
So the power in that, is like, listen, wherever the cards, some days you're gonna win, right? Some days you're gonna lose, but no one's gonna be able to look at you and say that you shied away, from the opportunity, because most people are. Someone was saying to me one time, I'm struggling with the confidence to do videos. And I said to them, everyone who does videos struggling with the confidence to do videos. Sure, you have one or two of those people that are just extrovert.
Right.
They're made for the camera, right? Yes, but those are outliers. That is not the norm. Majority of people are judging themselves, okay, thinking that everyone else is judging them. No one cares. People care about how they look. Like, people take a group picture and you put the group picture on how you look.
Right.
No one cares how you look. They only care how they look. If they look good, it's a good picture.
Right.
So that part about accountability, people don't realize how empowering that is. If you say, hey, I may not have created these circumstances, but I'm going to deal with them. Give me the ball. Okay? Give me the ball. Then everybody respects that, because at the end of the day, they don't want to take the shot. They would much rather blame you than take the shot themselves. So listen, I applaud you for that, because that's definitely a message that that all people need, right? Whether you're 16, whether you're 46, that's who you should be.
So
you
true.
should be the person that things come up, you handle them. I remember that was, I pick stuff up, I put stuff down.
Right. So true. Jose, my man, no joke. These meetings, you know what? I feel like, when we keep meeting up, like, I'm so about finance and you're about finance. Generally, let's just keep it vibing on this finance thing, and anything you could think of, even angles of, like, what value we could bring in these conversations to people through our conversations, maybe personal experiences, flat out just maybe some key things that we've learned that we can share. You feel free to bring, ideas to the platform, but I definitely want to make this, even a once every 2 week type of thing where we just meet up and, because I have a feeling that, I know genuinely, if I was like I said, 16, I was a young, person who wanted success. I felt it in my bones early. And I know there's so many in today's world that want to truly feel fulfilled and be accountable and have a right mindset, and be accountable. So between listening to these conversations, like I said, and us even guiding into certain literature and certain, platforms that can truly help people, level up on their personal accountability, I'm saying we bring in value every time we meet. So
massive. No, I agree with you. We're definitely going to keep, the vibes going, because it's like, from our experiences and then our perspectives in, in present times, I think a lot can be, a lot of value there, for both of our audiences. I forgot to mention, because we got right into the call, but I just launched my new YouTube channel.
What is
it's Wealth Mindset Academy. The first video will be up tomorrow. It's the Wealth Mindset Academy. So we'll be putting this video up there. We can share with both our audiences. And like I said, I think that for both of our listening audiences, for people that are trying to move up in life, you know, change their mindset. So Wealth Mindset Academy is for first generation wealth builders. Okay? People like myself who did not come from wealth, but now wealth is coming from me.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, like we discussed, there's a lot of things that we haven't been taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Like we talked about that, like, hey, pay me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versus while I'm sleeping, my money's coming in. There's the difference, right? Employees in America pay over 30% of their earned income in taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. So people need to learn about wealth. They need to learn about finance. They need to learn how America's designed. Right. They need to understand how to get on the other side of the line, on the other side of the fence. All right. The information is out there, you know. So absolutely, we're gonna do the thing, and I'm excited to continue collaborating.
Much blessings to the Wealth Mindset Academy, bro. That in itself, first generational, you know, wealth creation. I'm 100 behind this, bro. So I'm honored to be, you know, even presented on this platform in this journey towards wealth, and the millions of other first generationers that will find this information and truly, you know, follow the advice from those who have experienced what we've all pretty much each other as experienced. So no, bro, Wealth Mindset Academy, definitely I'm a subscribe. And this is the first meetings of many when it comes to this. And when you come up with programs and everything else, your first book and everything, bro, I'm already prophesying.
Listen, I got a book that comes out in October. Listen, the train's about to leave the station.
Can you drop the name?
Yep, it's called Stay Broke.
Right on.
Listen, breaking the shackles of a poverty mindset that's keeping you broke.
Fire, bro.
Okay,
fire.
So that's coming out in October. Like I said, the train's about to leave the station. I'm just excited, and I'm really honored. I'm really, really grateful, you know, for this connection, for this opportunity to collab. You know, like I said, bring value to both of our audiences, both of our tribes. I'm hyped. You know, this is amazing, brothers.
100, my man. Now, with that said, this has all been recorded, so I'm gonna send it to you, and you could edit or do whatever you like to it. But once again, thank you, bro. Like, this is genuinely exciting stuff, and I'm gonna, like I said, you'll see me subscribe to the Wealth Mindset Academy today. Oh, you said the launch is tomorrow?
Yep, first video will be up tomorrow, but the channel is on, so you can go ahead and subscribe, and you know what to do.
Got it, my man. Got it.
I appreciate the love.
For the rest of the day, and I will be in contact with you soon, my man.
For sure. Salute, brother.
Salute.